feel like I could like break dance or something. Like there's like so much room for activities. So for the past 2 months, 2 long, painstaking months, my Porsche 911 has been sitting here in this garage. And by the smile on my face, probably the title and thumbnail, and the lack of Porsche 911, you could tell that's finally changed. And it's all thanks to me, mostly. The real heroes were Brian and Gary over at Keys Motorsports, but now that the car's not here, I took some time to straighten out a bit. Still have a bunch of junk over here that I have to deal with and separate, but we're not out of the water exactly. That piece still has to go on, this piece, that piece, all part of the under tray. This piece just pretty much covers button up and a few things like that, but I mean, we're like 90% of the way. So just a quick glance, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of things you can figure out that's kind of wrong with it. I need an alignment 100%. The steering wheel is kind of kinked to the side. Now, if I let go of the wheel, it's not the worst. I gave myself this alignment. I just literally last minute in the garage tried to do my best. So we also have a few warnings right here, just suspension fault and brake pad. Actually managed to snap the brake wear sensor wire while putting on the brake calipers after I painted them. And yeah, so gotta order one of those from FCP. Not a big deal. Brake pads are good, brake calipers good. The car goes and stops. The bleeding process was quite interesting actually, because where's my turn? Okay, because this thing has 8 nipples on it. I totally forgot to include 3 is the bare minimum you need to really drive or get somewhere you gotta get. Don't follow my advice, but just know that that's not supposed to be like that. I will say my vision finally came through and it looked freaking awesome. Yellow on gold on black. Now, I'm not sure if you guys could tell, but the rear is completely freaking slammed. Side note, I lost the Porsche decals for the rear, so that's why the caliper looks a little funny. This is the lowest drivable height setting you can get on these AGT coilovers, and my wheel setup specifically, it is completely tucked. Like if you look in here, I can't even put my finger in between that. It is so freaking close. I do not advise riding like this. Like the car looks super gangster low. A bit worse because the front is actually a bit too high. So I think I can 2-finger it. I could solid 1-finger the thing. Luckily, the 305s just happen to have that stretch fit on these wide 12-inch wheels, which allowed me to lower it this much, because if I had the 315s on there, I would have destroyed stuff as soon as the car got lowered. But yeah, man, what do you guys think? For my experienced suspension guys and Porsche 911 guys as well, these are the spring rates for it. I'm not exactly sure what 70 over 70, 6K 150 means, and then the rear, obviously 85 over 70, 8K 200. So my Porsche guys, or my suspension guys in general, just let me know what that means in the comment section. A huge thank you to Gary, Brian, and the guys over at Keys Motorsports. If you guys need any BMW parts, majority of the Porsche parts, some mini parts, or whatever the case may be, definitely check out the guys over at Keys Motorsports, and they'll get you set up and rocking like I am. The fronts are slidable, adjustable camber setups, which is super cool. Also on the Porsche 911, there is a bit of room this way, so you can adjust the camber with these 3 bolts on the Porsche, and then these allow for further camber adjustment. So you should be able to get something fairly aggressive on these 911s. Now further down, the front spring, I don't know what it is, but I will tell you it's a lot stiffer. The OEMs are super duper light. I had the PASM on my car, which this is not, but we'll get into that later. And I noticed that I always ran it in the sports setting. If you have a non-GT Porsche or non-turbo or turbo S or whatever, these spring rates are super duper light and the car can feel a little soft. So never ran that thing in PASM comfort mode. Now upgrading to something like this, which is a passive setup, you can see the adjustability knob is on the bottom, and on the rears it actually sits right here on the top. Has a little extension thing. Reaching down here every single time to twist it will be kind of difficult, and there's a special way some people actually cut a hole in their like rear trim or rear fabric to let this slide through so they can adjust that on the fly. So this thing has 24 different clicks of adjustment for like the rebound and the compression. I'm not exactly a huge suspension guy, I will be honest with you. I do like a change in performance. I do notice a change in performance, and I also wanted something to lower the car other than springs, which may have a negative effect on the way the car rides. You gotta love sports car stiff suspension. Here's for your big 12-inch wheels. It's good to pick up one of these things because if you look, it's such a stretch fitment that you can't set these things down without damaging the lip. So on the wood she goes, and we should be all good. Turn this counterclockwise to loosen the height adjustable lock-in collar, which this is new, so it's a lot easier to do it by hand right now. It won't always be easier once you get some dirt in here. So good, the whole thing is twisting, and that's what we need. Effectively lowering the car. You can see the fronts are a lot more easy to manipulate. I take this time to mess up the preload to kind of show you guys how to set the preload, and this is just my best way of setting it. There we go. Step one, you got it snug, like so. All right, right there should be good. Now, I lift this up. And I'll lock that in. And preload should be all adjusted. The height adjustable locking collar, and effectively have to thread, you see these threads right here, thread the inner shock body into the outer shock body, which will effectively lower it. Now, I got my measurement all the way over there. Fairly new suspension. Should be easy to just twist the whole thing in. You see it's basically threading in. If you want, you can use this, but you have to grab the upper and just go crazy with the upper to lower it. All right, here it is, height adjusted by myself. Oh man, it looks freaking amazing. What do you guys think? Finally outside, I tried to capture some bit of daylight, but oh man, I think we killed them on this one. What do you guys think, man? The Porsche is back. The Porsche is back in action. Bro, it looks so freaking beautiful. Oh my God, it looks so beautiful. The fitment is like perfect. Now I can still adjust camber on here. I'll show you guys to get it a little bit more flush of a look, but I'm gonna let the alignment guys take care of it. And man, we have a Porsche over there, the same thing, a Carrera 4 with the same wheel setup. It looks exactly how mine looks stock, but I ain't gonna lie, a little scared to go over there. I don't wanna get shot. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? I think I'm keeping it black. I wanted to wrap it so bad, but the black just looks freaking beautiful. It's still, the front is still higher than the back. I can see it. When you look at the back, you can tell. I swear, it's like a never-ending battle. And I go back home and raise the rear even more. I'm leaving the fronts like that. They're perfect. They're actually like super, super, super dialed. The rear needs to come up a tad bit more. on both sides, so I'm not complaining. I'll just take care of that. Third time's the charm. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Better. So I think I got it perfect, but there's one more thing I forgot to show you guys, and that's how to adjust the clicks from soft to firm. I have mine on the softest setting all the way because I just want to see, you know, how soft is. But for the rears, you want to do an adjustment. I recommend first putting the seat up, and if you're a bigger guy like me, it's going to be pretty difficult. These are the 4 ways, so it is like half manual, half automatic. Ain't gonna lie, it's kind of difficult for a bigger guy like me to get back in his tiny little back seat of the 911, but I literally take my fingers and pull up the center like this. There you go. Little adjustable knob. I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you reach back there, it's actually pretty difficult to reach when it's low. I can't reach it. And for those of you who say there's no storage space, I mean, check that out. Gotta get in like this. And for what it's worth, my M4 seats weren't that comfortable either, but this is the only way I'll be comfortable back here is if I slouch all the way back like this. If you look, there's no way someone's gonna be able to sit behind me. Like, no way. If I lean like this, I could actually go somewhere. I would never want to. If something happens, you get in some sort of like accident or something, bro. This is already uncomfortable. Imagine being trapped. I can't do it. Gotta get out like this. Hey. Whew. Yeah, that's not for the weak. Roads aren't bad, but the speed bumps will get you. I'm out here taking a test drive. Car feels good though. Feels good, man. Now, I lost my PASM capabilities. It still says I could turn it on and off, but by the suspension fault, you could tell it's all passive, you know. Took a little dip right there. It feels smooth though. It feels smooth, but like firm. Make any sense here? Can't wait to get this thing aligned. Probably not a good idea to come out here and just do back road driving or just a little test run with the car so unaligned. But look at it, man. It goes straight. Not bad for someone who aligned it in their garage. But I'm only taking this thing short distances. I ain't going anywhere far. I just really wanted to get out here and get some speed in this thing, see if I hear any clunks, you know, reverse, full lock, left, right. Test a ride. Just end up over here chasing a Subaru on his ass. Ooh, even without an alignment, I can already feel the difference. I could already feel a difference. It's like, it's always been ready to go. I will say that. The steering does feel a little bit heavier now from what I remember. But it just immediately goes. This is not a review at all, guys. I don't have an alignment, but oh, man. Oh yeah, I think this is it right here. I think I finally got it done. Day three, and it looks like a big success. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys don't notice the difference. It's pouring down, freaking raining out here, but I had to stop by to get you guys the final. I don't know, I could not sleep at night, literally, until I got all the specs right, and I think I got it pretty good. Man, this thing is gonna look so sexy. Probably have to get that adjusted or dialed. We'll see what the alignment guy says, but I try to get the camber in the front to match. You can see I might want to pull it out a little bit because it's a little sinking in. I don't know. You guys let me know. Am I bugging? Every angle looks so freaking sexy right now though. Every freaking angle. I got to get this thing washed. I mean, the rain is doing a pretty good job for YouTube, but man. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I feel like I got soaked enough. My DJI got soaked up enough. The Porsche door, the front door definitely got soaked up enough. Hopefully my windows work when I get home, but yo, man, woo! I just wanna say, one, happy Thanksgiving, because I'm dead ass filming this video on Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys get it soon. I took for granted how well this car is and how much of a smile it puts on my face. And you know, I guess it doesn't look like, officially could say it doesn't look like a Beetle anymore. That's a Beetle, by the way, looks nothing like it. I'm excited.